Well, I came out today and I haven't been doing much filming. I don't know why. I forgot most of the attachments for the camera, I guess. But just still in a pretty good spot. My first 2 buckets, I got, decent gold. So I'm just panning out the second 2 buckets. Thought I'd set the camera up on a rock and hope it doesn't fall in, and hope it's pointing at the pan, and hopefully there's gold in here. Hate for there to be like a couple ounces of gold in here and not get it on camera. The first 2 buckets sure had a beautiful amount of black sand, and it wasn't from under the moss either. It was from below that, like just inside of that, not in the mossy area. So clearly I'm in an area where there's some black sand settling out from the river, which is good. I'm finding that hard to find. That's mostly black sands there. I got a sneak peek at the gold as I put it down to the other edge of the pan where I like to finish the panning. Nothing too exciting, but there is gold. And because there's so much black sand in this stuff, it takes a long time to pan it out clean here, to put it clean in the, or as clean as you can in the snuffer bottle. So I'm gonna not worry too much about that, and maybe I'll do a video of how I get rid of that black sand for cleaning it up. Do that back home. If I can get it set so I can snuffer bottle it. You can see when you tap it, it really hugs that bar where you're tapping, so it helps for the picking it up. And underwater, and suck it up. Don't worry about the rest at home. See how I'm taking a fair amount of black sands with the gold. Okay, last set for the day. A couple more pails, or maybe another pail and 3/4. Those full pails get heavier the longer you go. Quite a bit of that's thick black sand right there. Again, it's a good sign. I'd rather be lots of black sands than no black sands. Usually that means more gold than less gold. Harder to clean up. Okay, so finished my 6 buckets, 3 sets, and that's it. Partially hidden by the black sands there. You can see some here, some there. Like to give you a field shot. That's pretty good. Looks like some pretty decent sized little flakes in there, you know. That's my tailings pile right there, and I probably not half, but maybe a quarter or a third of it, just for giggles. I panned it out, panned some out. Haven't found any yet, so maybe I'll do some more some other time. But there it is amongst the black sands. I'll put that back in the bottle and clean it up back home. Okay, so here we are back at home. We have the snuffer bottle that I had out there with the gold and the black sands. What I do is I bring in my 10-inch gold pan. I go get a littler snuffer bottle with just a bit narrower of a straw on it there. And I also like to get my pipette, little plastic pipette you can buy. And then somewhere to put the gold once I'm all done. Yeah, okay, so first thing I do, of course, is empty out the gold from the day on the river. Get that shook out of there good, tap it out. Looks like it's good and clean. Okay, I'm going to put a little more water in there than that. Mostly because I got to keep snuffing it out of there with the bottle as I pull the sands off. Okay, we've got to get all the gold down to the bottom. Make sure it's down to the bottom. And then just sort of swish back and forth. And we'll see that switch the kitchen light on. See if that helps. There we are. Okay, so it just comes down in a nice line. Look at it, make sure there's no gold in it. I don't think that's gold, but it might be. Okay, and then use this little guy. Oh, maybe it's not tightened up. Usually I don't have any problem with the gold coming down for a while, even with some of the smaller stuff I've done. Yeah, a little piece wanting to break away from the pile there, but you get the idea. Vacuum that up again. There's no gold in there. And I got to empty this out once in a while. Not to get rid of the amount of black sands that's in there, just to get rid of the amount of water that I'm sucking up as I do this. Okay, might have a little piece of gold right there, so I'll be careful there. With that. And then I'm going to knock her all back down. Just keep at it. Seems like it's slow and tedious, but it's not. It's amazing how quick it goes. You can do this out on the river too, but realistically, as I said when I was out on the river, if you're in a place where you got good black sands, that typically means you should be putting your efforts into sluicing and panning and finding the gold, because so many other spots I've been at and done and tried, it's hard to find black sands unless you seem to always find it under moss and stuff. I don't know why black sand just seems to get tangled up, and you will find gold there too. But it's really nice to find some black sand areas where it's in amongst the gravel beds, gravel bars kind of thing, because then you just keep looking, just target your efforts towards panning and digging, and I'd much rather spend the time and do an extra couple sets of buckets and bucket sluices. this point you get some gold down there, but you can see it pretty well. Okay, so we're just down to the last little bit of it. There we are. Get rid of that. There, I got a couple wee little tiny ones of gold that I might as well save. They've got to be worth at least a quarter of a penny, maybe not quite. Okay, there it is. Getting to the point where you can do a little bit more, but if you want, before I put it in the... Okay, get rid of those, and pick that up again. There, that's got all that except for those lumps. So only one of those lumps is the one I'm talking about. I gotta go get the jeweler's loupe and have a peek at them, see what they are, and basically clean. Yeah, well, that's that. So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll come back and show you just the basic process of picking it up. I struggled with it for a while. Tried to use a eyedropper and, you know, letting it dry out, put it onto a folded piece of paper and tapping it into a vial, but it was a pain in the ass. So I finally found this here little I don't know, I guess you call it a I don't know what it is, a dropper or a plastic oh, what's the thing I said, pipette. The only problem is I had to buy like 500 in a pack for like 15 bucks on Amazon, which is kind of a pain, but anyways, I'll be right back. Okay, so now I got clean gold there. What I do is I usually set it up, take a nice picture for my records, and then I get ready, throw it in the vial, get that picture. Oh yeah, I'll spread it out a little, looks better. There we go. Yeah, well, sometimes I weigh it. I've done it a couple of times, but I usually never do that after one day out or 2 days out. I can pretty well tell you with good degree of confidence that there weighs somewhere between 0.1 and 0.15 of a gram. So, not really worth doing all the time. This is where I put it. My little gold vial. Not much in there, but creeping up on a gram. So you just do this, get your little pipette, suck that up, put it in, squeeze it out. It's really the only method I've found that takes most of it in and gets it all out. Yeah, that's it. Well, like I keep saying a million times, it ain't gonna ever pay, but yeah, it's a lot of fun just being out and coming home with something. Okay, till next time.